One of the most important nutrients for our health is fiber. It aids in digestion, decreases the risk of diseases, and helps us feel full after our meals. The recommended intake for fiber is 25 grams per day, but the average individual usually only gets 8 to 10 grams. I think we fall short of the requirements for a few reasons. Prices for produce is getting higher and higher, making you more likely to step away and not add it to your cart. Not everyone has the time and energy to cook homemade meals every single day, which is more likely for us to go for what is available. And of course, we are always told what not to eat rather than what we should be adding. So we tend to fear certain foods rather than figuring out what we can do to meet our needs. Now, with all that said, is it actually hard to meet your fiber needs? Good morning, let's make some breakfast. I used to be a sweet breakfast type of girl, and while I love my sweets still, I found that a savory breakfast makes me feel so much more satisfied, and I gravitate towards something with bread and egg. Today's breakfast is going to be a little bit less Filipino, a little bit more English, but it's high fiber. Let's eat. I'm adding some cheese. For this breakfast, the bread and the beans are really carrying us. Already almost half of our needs. So much better with cheese. The whole breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's definitely a marketing tactic by Kellogg's, the cereal brand. But I think it does play an important role because your first meal does set you up for the rest of the day. Like if my first meal is not satisfying, it's not filling, I will feel hungry for the rest of the day. And that's why a high fiber and even a protein-rich breakfast can play such an important role. Fiber is going to help us feel full and help balance our blood sugar levels so we feel energized for the day.
So I gotta quickly run to the grocery because I gotta film a video, but also we're gonna get some things for lunch. 3 for 2 lemons. So expensive. Got our ginger. Not gonna lie, this shopping experience was pretty freaking hectic.
A super important fiber tip is to focus on fiber sources that are available to you. You already know what these ingredients are for. We have labanos, kangkong, tomatoes, lemon, onion and garlic, and some ginger. What are we making? I took this out of our freezer and then I put it back into the freezer. It was so stupid. Fun thing about sinigang, everything is just chopped so basic. When you're gonna chop the labanos, I like to chop it as thinly as possible. Did you know that kangkong is considered a pest in countries like the US? So that's why you can't actually grow kangkong. But in the Philippines, it grows everywhere. Sinigang is a sour dish, can be soured by kamyas, tamarind. Today we're using lemon. Sinigang mix! The secret ingredient that isn't a sinigang mix, but close enough. I think we largely underestimate the ability of Filipino dishes to provide us with fiber. Most Filipino ulams are actually pretty balanced in themselves. They always have a protein source, a fiber source, a carb source, and some fats. It's just that when we cook them, we tend to add only a few bits of veggies.
The best on earth.
Sinigang, so good. Perfect also for this cold-ish weather. This one is sinigang na bangus. Actually, the fatty part of the bangus or the milk fish is high in omega-3s, great for reducing inflammation, heart health. Whenever I cook a Filipino meal or a viand, I always try to cook a big batch, just so that I also have the opportunity to eat it in my next meal or tomorrow. That way it's not all that effort for just one meal. I'm a dessert girly, so I got my chocolate-covered almonds. Almonds also has fiber. One serving of this has 2 grams of fiber, but I'll just do a few pieces for now. Most of the time when we're thinking of fiber sources to add in, we usually think about the things that we see online, kale, Brussels sprouts, and we forget to focus on the locally available vegetables and fruits that we actually have. Sitaw, eggplant, okra, kangkong, and so much more. Veggies can provide anywhere from 1 to 4 grams of fiber per cup. So when it comes to adding veggies to your meals, I would choose 1 to 3 vegetables, preferably all of different colors, to add into your meal, cook it up, and enjoy. Like in sinigang, we had kangkong, labanos, and tomatoes. It is 2 p.m. and a slow day, so you know exactly what I need. Matcha time. Somebody on Instagram gave me this. I can't wait to use it. We're using a new matcha. This is one that Gel brought home from Japan. Let's add the matcha. Ooh. And that's your matcha minute. Snack. This is so a balancing act. Let's say you're having your high fiber meals, but you're getting pretty full. Snacks are the way that we would insert a bit more fiber here and there. And there are so many sources of fiber. It is not limited to just your veggies. Fruits are high in fiber, arguably higher per serving than veggies. Grains are high in fiber. Root crops, potatoes, sweet potatoes. Corn is also a high fiber source. Your beans and legumes like we had for breakfast. And you also have nuts and seeds. There's just so many ways to add a bit of fiber here and there. I also have 1 gram of fiber from 1 cup of soy milk. Snacking on some fruit. I do add a little bit of salt in my orange satsuma. When you've identified your fiber sources that are local and available to you in ways that you like to have it, next is to always make sure that there are fiber sources available. So if that's having some fruit around, having some bread, because 2 slices can give you around 4 grams of fiber, making something like a chia pudding, having a handful of nuts, anything that is easy to grab and gives you a boost of fiber is going to make it easier. This matcha is a bit more boxy. I like the other one better. Let's call Elijah. Okay, Elijah, we're talking about fiber. What is your favorite fiber source?
My favorite fiber source, probably blueberries, because I just love fruits.
A cup of blueberries gives us 3.6 grams of fiber. Yay! And it has a lot of antioxidants too. Thank you. Usually by this time, I would just decide not to work out, but because I haven't been able to work out in the mornings because it's been rainy, so we haven't been able to play tennis, we're gonna get some movement. Oh my God, did you hear that? Since you were talking about bowel movement, and now I'm here getting some movement, common thing that I am asked whenever I'm talking about fiber is that when I increase my fiber intake, I end up getting constipated. Isn't that supposed to be something that helps me go to the bathroom? Yes, fiber is our friend and helps us with that movement along the digestive tract, but if you have too much fiber too soon, it can cause constipation because your gut is not used to it. I wouldn't recommend you to jump into 20 to 25 grams of fiber if you aren't really eating that much. You're gonna end up stuck in the bathroom. Aside from just eating your fiber, it's also important to ease your way into it. Maybe that's adding 1 cup of veggies extra per day or adding 1 fruit more than you usually have, but it doesn't mean you have to load up on salads immediately. You have to give your body some time to get used to it, and we're still looking at sustainability. Another thing that's super important when you're eating more fiber is you have to drink enough water. Especially if you're eating a lot of soluble fiber, it's got to form something, and that will form with water. Honestly, water is one of my biggest struggles. get done. Now, one of the most important things when it comes to consuming fiber, it is to make sure it is fun. You have to like what you're eating if you want to be able to eat it. We don't have to be like a cow grazing through grass and only eating lettuce. 1 cup of lettuce only has 1 gram of fiber. Yes, it's very filling, but not the highest fiber source, which means it's good to mix it up. Now, I'm not saying that salads are bad, but we have to make sure that we love the salads that we're eating. So I'm gonna show you my favorite way to have a salad, and that is my tocino salad recipe. This recipe is so easy. Just choose a bunch of vegetable sources that you like, chop it, whip it together. Fiber is a type of carb, meaning carbohydrate sources will have fiber. Carrying our salad will be this corn. Now, it's not a tocino salad without tocino. This is my favorite tocino. It is the Tip Top Chicken tocino. I did work with them for a video and I just love this tocino because it has the flavor in tocino, but it's made from chicken breast and it doesn't have any nitrates. I just added my favorite dressing, the Kewpie roasted sesame. Also added some cheese, a must. Another meal for the books, my favorite salad. The thing is, I didn't actually put the tocino because Jel messaged. She's on the way home and they're gonna pass away Mang Inasal, so I want some Mang Inasal. So this is gonna be my fiber side to the Mang Inasal because we focus on additions, not restrictions. And one of the biggest reasons why I don't really cook is the dishes. Yan, I got the palabok, I got the chicken, Mang Inasal, rice, the soy sauce, and chicken oil. Oh, so good. For dessert, we've got some crema. Oh yeah. So that is everything I ate today to get us up to this much fiber. Now, it wasn't the easiest thing, but it was easy because of our intention. And I'm sure that as we get into the groove of it, it will become even easier. Now, I know it can be difficult because the prices are going up, making us more likely to skip the produce and skip the high fiber food items. Just focus on adding where you can, whenever you can, whatever you can. You know what to do. Subscribe, thumbs up. Till the next video, you always deserve to eat. The video's over, but that doesn't mean you have to go. You can still subscribe or watch another video. Thanks for watching.